Ba-ba-bum. I like my headphone clicking is loud enough that it set my mic off to make my VTuber move. That's pretty great. Stop curling in on yourself. At least curl the way you're supposed to be. You would think I wouldn't want to be crocheting the day after I did my holiday stuff, where I've been crocheting nearly non-stop to get all my gifts and stuff done, which I didn't even finish because one of them ended up being so massive that I'm still working on it. I am making a roast turkey bag! I can show you. I can send you the pattern on Discord so you can see what I'm working on. So my nieceling's Christmas present for the year. So for my nieceling, what I was doing for her Christmas present is making her like a mini fridge. Which isn't so mini. I don't know if I can lift my webcam high enough to show it without showing off like the rest of my room, which is an absolute disaster right now, so I'd really rather not show my whole room off. But I was making her a little mini fridge, and I was gonna make the foods to go in it, and one of them I wanted to make was this little like drawstring bag that looks like a roast turkey because I think it's hilarious. I didn't end up finishing the fridge because I've been working on it for months, and it's just ended up a way bigger project than I anticipated it being. And when I say a way bigger project than I anticipated, let's see how high I can get this thing to go. Let's see. Ah! Just see a bit of me for a second. This? Yeah, I can't even really get it in frame. But like, this is one side. This is the door right. This is like this right here, this panel here. This is the door. And like you can see there's the base of it. Like you can see how big this thing is. And I still have to do the inner shelvings. I have to do the bottom of the fridge / top of the fridge. Yeah, right? And it's completely freehand pattern and everything too. Like each side of it, so this is a mesh sheet, like you can see this is a plastic canvas sheet. Yes, I am. I made some food for her already, but you can see this is a plastic sheet, and look how big, this is one side. One side of this fridge is this big, and it has 3 of these pieces per side in it to give stability, but I still have to go buy dowels to put into it to make it stand up a little better. But I have plans to crochet a bunch of different little foods and stuff for her. Bring this back down. I have plans to crochet a bunch of little foods and stuff for her. Like, because I do have this book. My ring light just reflecting off of it. And I did make the corn already for my nieceling. And I gave her that. I gave her the corn, and I made her a juice box. You can see the juice boxes right here. Right? Look at it! The ones that her mom and dad really loved is, they want a hot dog. And her mother really loved this, the Chinese takeout one. And I'm gonna make a lobster as well. Yee, 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 do it! It's a really good one. I got mine from Michael's, if I remember correctly. I bought mine in person. I believe I bought it at a Michael's. It's really cute. I've made a couple things from it so far. I have, like I said, I made the corn, I made the juice box. It has like a bacon pattern and everything. Like, it's really cute. One of my goals for 2024 is I want to have made everything in this book at least once. That is what my goal is. So far, out of all of the recipes, I've made 2. So you can see well, potato can makes it hard to read, but you have avocado toast and avocado, bacon, eggs, and toast, eggs Benedict, muffin and latte, stack of pancakes, a bento box, a burrito, falafel pita, grilled cheese and tomato soup, hot dog and condiment bottles, apples, chips and guac, juice box, oranges, popcorn, popsicle, burger and fries, Chinese takeout shrimp, which I think is pretty on brand for me, which is hilarious though because I actually don't really eat shrimp. It's not my favorite food to eat. I like lobster better. Lo mein and fortune cookie, lobster and corn on the cob, pizza, spaghetti and meatballs with a glass of wine, cannoli, cheesecake, eclair, ice cream cone, and pie. Like, it has a lot of really cute stuff in it, and they're pretty well written patterns, and you can see they have a lot of photos to help you while you're making it. So, like, it's a really good crochet book, more so if like you're still learning how to crochet. It's a good book for that. I do recommend this one. I've had a lot of enjoyment. Also, it's a really sturdy book. Like, do you hear? This is a soft cover book too, and like it's a solid chunk of book. Obviously, like, I'm not endorsed or anything by it either. I just gotta make sure I clarify that. I just bought this because I thought it was cute, and it is cute, and it's a good book, so I recommend it. So, the plan for my niece's Christmas present for this year had been the mini fridge with foods in it, but the fridge ended up taking me so long, that I wasn't able to finish it in time, even though we did our Christmas stuff, like, a week after Christmas. I couldn't even finish my other gift that was meant for my sister-in-law and my brother, but that's fine because it'll end up being their wedding gift. I am making them a blanket, and it is very tedious and confusing and a mess. I actually have that right next to me so I can show that. This is a blanket I'm currently making for my brother and sister-in-law, and this is almost 30 rows of it, and I'm not done. There's like over 100 plus rows on this. But it's a corner-to-corner blanket, which makes this really interesting texture. I've never done corner-to-corner crochet before. This is the first time I've done it, and it's been a challenge. I've restarted this blanket. I don't want to know. You want to know the worst part? It's not even like I put them off or anything. I bought the supplies for all of these last year. I've been working on these throughout the year. It's just they ended up bigger than I anticipated. Because I originally, so funny enough, the blanket, I actually bought the yarn for that last year. It was supposed to be their Christmas gift last year. But I was really struggling with how to do corner-to-corner crochet. I only was able to figure it out this year. And with my niece's thing, I was like sitting here trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to make this fridge stand up? How am I going to do this? Like the food parts, the little foods inside of the fridge, that part's easy. I can figure that one out. Hi, Dan! I can figure the little foods and everything out, but it was just like I couldn't figure out how to actually do the fridge bit. Because it was like, okay, do I get foam board or something to put inside of it? But then I have to remember this is for a 4-year-old, and now it's going to be for a 5-year-old. Because she turns 5 next year by the time I probably finish this thing. She'll probably get it for her birthday next year or something. It's fine, though, because she was absolutely over the moon with just, I gave her a crocheted egg. I gave her a crocheted corn, and I gave her a crocheted juice box this year. And she was over the moon with them. She kept throwing it at her dad. Oh, my mic is like super high up. Why did you go so high up, Mike? It keeps peaking in the red. I must sound like I'm fucking yelling. But she loved just the little crochet bit. Her mom was more the one that likes the fridge thing. And I showed her parents too, like, this is the fridge thing so far. I haven't finished it yet. But, like, her mom also crochets, so she can kind of understand why it's taking longer. Yeah. Like I said, I did show them the work in progress too. They knew I was making this. This wasn't a surprise to her mom and dad. I told them about it. I think I let them know. Yeah, I made her a little egg. It's just like, I made it, because the original idea was I was gonna make the roast turkey bag and shove it full of eggs. Isn't that hilarious? But I didn't finish the bag for the roast turkey bag, so I'm still working on that. But it's like, you would think that I would stop crocheting after having worked continuously on crochet. I think I've been crocheting pretty regularly since September, because I crocheted my whole Halloween outfit, got that crocheted. And then I've been working on the nieceling's gift, as well as I made ornaments for everyone, which were also a hit. And next year, I also have to make Christmas stockings. That's what I decided to do for my family next year. So I have to make 6, 7, 8. That's amazing. I have to make at least 10 Christmas stockings next year, which is gonna be really fun, because each Christmas stocking is going to take at least 18 granny squares, and a granny square typically takes me about 10 minutes. So let me pull out my calculator. I don't feel like mathing in my fucking head right now. I'm tired. Fun fact, I pulled a 24-hour yesterday, because I worked a 10-hour shift on Friday, and then I didn't fucking sleep so I could keep working on my niece's Christmas gift yesterday morning, until my niece, brother, and sister-in-law came to get me out of my room, and they just see me over my desk, like, with my desk. I only had my ring light on, and I'm just sitting in the dark at my desk, crocheting, curled up in my desk chair, like, hello. Alright, so I have 10 stockings with 18 squares of stocking, and each stocking takes me 10 minutes. Divide that by 60. It'll take me over 30 hours total to just make the granny squares for all the stockings I need to make for next year. It'll take me 30 hours just for the squares. And when I'm saying, like, granny squares, I'm not doing a complicated granny square. I'm gonna do your basic bitch granny square like this one. This is for a different project. This is for a bag. This one, you can tell this one's been on my blocking board because of how square it is. I normally don't block them, but I've had this one on my blocking board. But I have to make 180 of these. And each of these takes me about 10 minutes, depending on how focused I am and how much my wrist hurts. And then on top of that, it depends if I'm doing solid colors or if I'm doing pattern colors. I think I'm gonna do it with solid colors just to save myself some trouble. And then I have to connect them all. And then I have to put the ribbing on them. So, I'm probably gonna start doing that next month. At some point, I'm gonna just start making granny squares, because I'm gonna have to do it throughout the year, because there's no way I'm doing this all, like, in the last few months of the year. I have to do this over the year. I'm gonna have to build up, like, a stack of granny squares to work on. I know I did ask my sister-in-law what color she wanted for stockings for them, and she said blue and orange, so I will be doing blues and orange for her, my brother, and my niece. Then I gotta do purple for my mom, and I'll probably do red and black for my dad, or blue and black, I'm not positive yet. And then pink for my sister, green for my grandmother, red for my grandfather. I don't know what I'm doing for my mother's husband, I don't really like him, so I'll make him one, because I want to keep the peace with my mom. But I don't really like her husband too much. But that's just a personal thing. He said something to me like a couple visits ago, and I'm just still mad about it. But I gotta make like a shit ton of those, so that's gonna be fun. Like, man, I haven't even finished making all the granny squares for a jacket that I want to make. Because I have this jacket that I'm working on. Fun fact, I actually have all my crochet books. They're actually right on the desk, so I can actually grab my books to show what I'm doing. So there's a jacket that I'm currently working on. Where are you? There it is. So there's this jacket like this where you basically look like a walking granny square blanket. By the way, this book is called Contemporary Crochet by Liv Huffman. But I'm working on, I need to make all the granny squares for that one. And I don't have that many for that project done yet. This is my bag that has all the yarn I'm using currently for that project in it. And these are the granny squares I have completed for that project. Like, these are all I have done for that project. And these have duplicate squares in them. I just haven't finished most of them. And yes, this is an Axe, like, Christmas hair care, like, gift baggie that I stole from my brother, like, a decade ago. He got this, like, years ago, and I was just like, I like that bag. That's convenient. Yoink. And that's just one of my granny square projects. I have a separate granny square project as well, which is also conveniently by my desk, so. I also have, this is another project bag, but you'll see there's a bunch of granny squares in here as well. But the thing with these ones, most of these granny squares just need their final row on them, and then I can finish the blanket. These are for, I know you guys play Animal Crossing. You know the mom's sweater that you can get in Animal Crossing? The red granny square blanket that you can get in Animal Crossing? That's what that one is. Guys, that's just you don't want to know how many whips I actually have for crochet projects. But that one that I just showed with the blue bag, that's supposed to end up being the mom's blanket, the mom's sweater from Animal Crossing. So that's what that project is. And then it just, I don't even want to think about how many whips I actually have in my room right now. Sobs indefinitely. You guys haven't even seen the crocheted beaded mermaid whip. If you want to talk about a whip that is eating me alive, the crocheted beaded mermaid whip is one. I don't think I've even shared anything of that project to anyone. That's how much of a whip that one has been. And then there's my Barbie top and skirt that I haven't finished yet. I was hand making kitchen towels. No, it's so also look how pretty these granny squares are. Look at this. Isn't that neat? No, it's a crocheted version of a bead mermaid. Where is my bag of beads? I know it's around here. See, I realized the fact this shook my desk when I lifted it up. These are all bead critters that I have made. That's Hatsune Miku. Where are the mermaids? And that's a merman, but that's not the one I'm looking for. These are axolotls. Emphasis on the lotl. Okay, there's one. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. I don't have a fucking problem at all. Ugh. This, by the way, is like 20 pounds of beads. I did measure it once. It weighs about as much as my cat. So, you have a basic bead mermaid, right? Well, my goal is... Thankfully, this boy is on my desk. As like, for once, I actually have everything on my desk that's in easy reach. I've made this before, and it is exactly what it looks like. It's a bead lizard, but I crocheted everything, including the string. So... I don't know about Pro Bud because I've just been rambling. So the plan is that, so like the whip that I've mentioned that I haven't really shown anyone yet because it's just really taking time. So this is my crocheted bead lizard. He normally lives on top of my bookshelf that keeps all my like crochet books and stuff on it. So all the beads are crocheted, all of the string through him is crocheted. So one of my goals, and it was actually, I started this project back, I think I started this back in April of 2022. Not 2022, 2023, this year. I started this project back in like March, April. I don't know where my notebook is to show it. I have the pattern drawn out for this with my notes on how to make it. Like how many beads I needed for everything. I really don't know where that notebook is. Because I have a grid notebook that I do stuff like this in. But I misplace it all the time because I'm a numbnuts. You did the opposite of a miniature build. Yeah, I did. So, I have this project that I've been working on as a whip. And this right here is only part of it. Yeah, so that case in point, this alone is this is the cord for this one. I'm doing it in blue because it'll match what I'm doing, but you can see how long this is already, and I just keep it in this little baggie, and I don't know where it is right off the top of my head because like I said, I have a lot of whip projects in my room. There is a cactus bag that I have somewhere that has the beads that I've started making for this. I'm just not 100% sure where I put them. So I can't just grab that to show. Yeah, I don't know what that is. It's not readily in my things. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Top 10 List, you missed me pulling the... I don't know if you saw me pull the bag of bead critters out. So I was looking for this mermaid so that I could show what I was talking about, and I pulled out my bag of bead critters. These aren't even all of the critters I have ever made. These are just most of them. Like, this key ring alone is just axolotls. This is one pattern. Like, you can see these are all axolotls. Some of them have videos on my YouTube channel. Some of them I just made for the fuck of it. Some of them actually are from videos I never actually finished. And then if you look in the bag, you can still see there's whole things of lizards. This is 20 pounds of bead critters. We have some of my other mermaid ones. So like we have one that looks like Ariel. I made Eclipse. And then I made Rue in both his purple and non-purple forms. There's foxes in here. There's a Pokeball and a Pikachu in here. Like there's a chunky little Pikachu. There's a weird fish. There's a Spider-Man. I think Iron Man's in here too. Yeah, I have an Iron Man. He's purpley. I have like... There's a pink fox, a sparkly fox, there's little Game Boys in here. Multiple Game Boys, actually. I've got turtles, I've got berries, there's a pumpkin turtle. There's more lizards, there's a necklace. I even got Hatsune Miku in here! I made a beaded Hatsune Miku. And I had to restart this one a few times to get her pigtails correct. That's not all. There's another axolotl. Oh yeah, I have crocheted a worm on... I have crocheted a worm on string. I've crocheted several worms on string, but I have a beaded worm on string. I have this was from one of my YouTube videos. I've got a cuff in here. This is a bracelet, because I have made candy before as well, and that's spelt with a K. There's a little ghosty. I've got bumblebees. There's mushrooms. I have an evil eye one that I did. Mother mushroom. There's a frog. I know. I have a turtle. I have a pumpkin. I have a pumpkin turtle. I can do that bit. More lizards, more axolotls, more mushrooms. I have a hamster in here. More axolotls. There's another bumblebee. Oh, there he is. There's the purpley mermaid. Well, purpley merman. There he is. I have my other pink mermaid as well. You can even see some of my oldest beaded critters. So I am very consecutive where I use a crafting cord typically for all of my bead critters nowadays, but I didn't always. So here's one you can see it's on embroidery floss, and you can see how the cord has stretched out over the years, which makes it very loose and unstable. And this is one reason why I do use the craft cord instead. You can see how this is just stretched out. These are all done on a cotton yarn, and you can see how it stretches a lot, and that's why I don't use yarn anymore as my string of choice for bead lizards, because you can see it gets so stretched out over. But it's sturdy. I know it is, because there are people who have bead lizards I gave them as gifts that have them on their everyday work bags and everything, and they've had them on there for years and they're still holding up. So I know it's sturdy enough. I just think it looks nicer nowadays when I use the cord, because you can see how well the cord just look how nice that is. It looks so good. Alright, we need to all get back into that. This isn't even all of my bead critters, for the record. Like, that's the worst part. I will literally clean my room, and I will find more bead critters while I'm cleaning. Which is the funniest bit. By the way, if you can't tell either, this is Lily's back from Pokemon Sun and Moon. I need to wash it, but I got this off of Etsy a while ago as a birthday present for myself years ago, and it's just become my designated bead critter bag. And then there's the ball pit project, which I'm working on still. Like, I have so many... Jesus, I should just get a full shot of my tits. I am sorry. Thankfully, though, I'm wearing a high-waisted, high-collared shirt today, so it's not that big a deal. I am not doing the fucking Twitch meta, whatever the fuck that is. So, that's a project that I've been working on, is a crocheted beaded mermaid, and I have had plans on that one for a long time. I just haven't finished it because I've had a lot of shit going down. Because, like, the beads themselves aren't terrible to work up, but I have to make over 100 of them. You have to understand, like, bead critters, you don't think about how many beads go into one of those projects until you're counting them actively. They take 90 plus beads a project sometimes. So, yeah. That is another whip that I'm working on. Hopefully, though, with 20, like, now that I've got, like, the potato cam and I know people enjoy watching me while I'm crocheting, I'm gonna try to be more regularly, like, kind of doing crochet streams, so hopefully I'll be able to work through some of my whips a little easier. That's the hope. I don't make any promises. My goal again this year is to only my goal from 2023 was to stream once a month all year. I only missed a single month last year. I missed May, but to be fair, I was really sick. I was really sick this past May. I was in the worst flare-up in a long time, and I was not having it. I just felt like absolute death this past year. But other than that, I've managed to stream at least once every single month, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm not gonna give myself any overexerting goals of trying to do 2 streams or 3 streams a month. I'm gonna still stick to my 1 stream a month, and if I stream more during that month, woo, good for me. It's the joys of being chronically ill. I had a really nasty flare-up last week as well. So, like, I'm out of breath because I kept getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down, getting up, getting down. And I'm a tired bitch. So last week I had a really bad flare up with my leg where I actually almost cried at work because of how badly I was in pain. Cause like I just did not want to walk because it hurts so badly. Like sometimes that happens. It just hurts so bad I just can't walk and I have to live with that. But some of my goals for this year is to continue my ball pit, try to finish the mermaid. Look at my balls, guys. Look at them. These aren't all of them. I have more in containers hanging off of my wall. And yes, this is a Pokemon incubator backpack. But that's one of my goals for next year is to work on my ball pit more. Yee! My sister refuses to let me to buy the like plastic balls to make a ball pit at home. So I said, fuck it, I will crochet them instead. So I have been slowly working on that where I just occasionally will crochet a little orb using a crocheted snowball pattern that I found. So I use that pattern and then I just use whatever yarn I have, and then eventually I'm going to crochet a big pool bucket basket thing to put all the crochet balls in, and then I'm going to lay in it like a little heathen. Because that's the kind of adult I am. I have the power to make my own ball pit, so why the fuck not? Yeah, that's what I use it for. So you can actually see it on some of these ones. If I open this. You gotta love how every time I put my hands more in the frame, I blow out the whole camera because my skin is so pale. I want to say this is one. Yeah, so you can actually see where I ran out of... The potato cap makes this so lovely, but you can still see it. You can see that you have this brighter green, and then you can see that there's a slightly darker green in it. Because I ran out of this yarn while I was making this. So that was one that used up some leftover yarn. This one's the same thing. It was a pattern, it was a striped yarn. So this one and this purple are from the same skein. And then this is a completely different color. And then I have these little ones which are made out of and you can use different kinds of yarn too. So this is a cotton yarn that I used. This is acrylic. And they're stuffed differently too, so some are squishier than others. Like this one's stuffed much more lightly, so it's easier to squish. These are actually, these 3 balls are actually all made from the same yarn, but they're stuffed differently, but they're all the same yarn. And then this one is actually, I had to triple up this yarn to make it thicker because it's a really thin yarn. But you can see it's super sparkly. I really love this yarn. I actually still have more of this one. Here's another case of where it was like a multicolored yarn that I was just using the tail end up on, and I ended up switching to just standard black at the bottom. And then you see this is more just scrap yarn, because what happens is sometimes I'll have a bigger project and then I cut scraps off of it, but it's not really enough to really warrant doing something big with it or trying to buy more of it to finish it. Case in point, when I make my worm scarves, I believe this one came off of one of my worm scarves at the tail end. Hi, mouse! But you can see it's just, they're very easy to work up into little crocheted orbs. And sometimes I'll just use a fresh skein to make an orb too if I like the color and I just want to have an orb of that color. I have a couple like that. There's a couple too that I just used, I striped it myself, so I have a blue and yellow one where I actively striped it myself. Like I said, I'm looking at them because I have them on a wall beside my desk. So yeah, I do have, it is a good way to use up yarn and all of that. And eventually I will have my ball pit. It's just going to be a long time because I need to make at least, I want to say I have to make at least 400 orbs. Because, like, if you think about it, like, one pack of ball pit balls is normally like 100 orbs, and it's like only like yay big by yay big. Like, it's not that big. And there's no way I'd be able to lay in that because I am a full-grown adult. And so I need at least minimum, I think at least 400 orbs at minimum to make my ball pit. So it's going to be a long haul project. And each of those orbs take me maybe... I want to say... No, I'm going to crochet the pool to put them in too. I'm going to crochet a kiddie pool to put them in. Because I'm fucking unhinged. I'm unhinged. I am. Yes, I am. I'm unhinged. Go, go. Well, okay, so I have a pattern for baskets. That's... So, I have a pattern to make baskets. So, here's a basket work in progress that I have. But you can see this makes like a poolish shape. So, if I use the right kind of yarn and the tight enough stitch, I think I can make a good basket to put all of the orbs in. Because, like, look how big this is. And this is yarn. I think the edge of the basket, yeah, so the edge of the basket is right here. So, you can see, but it'd be very easy to work up a pool kind of space. Because this is like maybe 20 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so I only have like 10 rows on the bottom of this, so like it wouldn't be that hard to actually work it up. It would just take a while. And I think, yeah, I could totally do it. I could do it. I could do it. I know I can. I'm insane. I've made a... Have you ever seen my desk chair? My desk chair is covered with a mermaid tail blanket. I can do it. I'm unhinged enough and out of my lane that I could do it. I'm feral, and once I set my mind on a project, I kind of try to see that project through as best as I can, because I'm fucking unhinged. But for that project specifically, what I think I would do is instead of using yarn, like this basket is made out of yarn, or like this is a finished basket. So instead of using a basket like this, where it's just like, it's yarn, so it's still kind of floppy. This is another work in progress basket, by the way. If you don't notice, I keep all of my work in progresses in their own containers, so I don't mix their yarn up. This is a blanket that I don't know if it'll ever be finished, because I started this blanket back when I started crocheting years ago. But to be fair, I've learned a lot since then. But you can see, depending on the yarn you use, it can be stiffer or it can be flimsier. So like, look how stiff this one is compared to the other baskets that I showed. Even though this one's taller, it's stiffer. And like, yes, the base is smaller, but that doesn't change how stiff the sides will be. Oh hey, there's my Cthulhu cup holder. So I think if I used the there it is. I was like, I know it's near the desk. So this is the cord that I use when I make my bead critters, as well as when I make wall hangers and tapestries. Because if you've ever seen my button collection, I make these banners that I pin my buttons into, and I use macrame cord, and it's specifically this cord. You can crochet this cord. I know because I have. I've crocheted a basket, or at least I started to crochet a basket out of it before. And you can get a thicker coat of it, because I have thicker cord of it. And my thought is to potentially take my thicker cord that I'm not currently using, or buy more cord. It's not that big a deal. I can get it very easily. You can get this on Amazon. You can get it at Hobby Lobby and whatever. Even though Hobby Lobby, we don't talk about Hobby Lobby. It's just a really nice cord, and you can crochet it, and it's very stiff when you crochet it. So my thought process is potentially I crochet the outer pool. And yes, you heard me say outer. I crochet the outer pool in this cord, so it's a nice and stiff pool. And then I can crochet a softer yarn one to put on the inside, and then we fill that with balls. And that will be my unhinged adult crocheted ball pit that I have made for myself. I don't know when that will ever get finished, if it will ever get finished. I'm going to try. I have no guarantees, but there will be an attempt made. That would probably be a project, like, if I ever actually get stable enough that I don't have to have, like, a standard day job, I would probably be able to do that better. But for now, I'm going to keep working on it whenever I have the ability and time to. Because that's the kind of human being I am. But, yeah, so that's me being unhinged with my work in progresses, and that's just a few of my work in progresses that I've shown you guys. We don't talk about all the other projects I have planned for the year. I have projects planned for this year. Like, I have things that I'm going to make that I have bought materials for and stuff that I want to do. Like, for an example, one of the projects I would really like to make is I want to make a sweater that has the sun emblem from Tangled in it. And I have the yarn for that, and I've got to work on the pattern for it. I also would like to finish my Barbie outfit. But that one, the Barbie outfit, is actually really close to being done. I have to finish the other cup for it, and then I just have to attach it. And then I have to crochet, I have to like make the skirt. But the skirt's not going to be hard because I've made so many skirts at this point. There's also projects for other people that I want to finish. Like I said, I've got to do all the stockings for my family for next Christmas because that's what I want to do, because I think that would be a really nice, thoughtful, handmade gift, is to make stockings for everyone. I would also like to make a dress for my nieceling, which will be difficult because the nieceling is going to be growing like a weed. She's hitting that age period. She's in that age gap where she's going to start just sprouting. And it doesn't help my brother is really tall, and I think she inherited my brother's tall genes. So she's gonna start sprouting. Because my brother's like 6 feet tall. So that's one thing I want to get done. And then I also have other projects that I want to finish. Like I have, I mentioned I have a mermaid tail blanket on my desk chair, but I actually have another mermaid tail blanket that I have been working on for a while that I would like to finish. And the reason that one got put on hold a long time is because I had trouble finding one of the colors I was using in it. Don't ask why everything is right at the desk. Like, I am literally not getting out of my chair for most of the things I'm showing on camera. I literally just keep everything near my desk. But I have this blanket that I'm working on. And see this green color that's periodically in it? I could not find this color of yarn for a while. So this blanket got put on an extreme hold because I was having a really hard time finding this yarn. I did finally find some, so I do want to finish this blanket at some point. I've just been busy with other projects, so I haven't really had the energy to spend on finishing this blanket specifically. But this is a mermaid tail blanket that I am currently making for myself. I have the tail fin finished, and this is, you can see I've got several rows done on this one. I would say this is probably about a fourth of how long it needs to actually end up being. There's about a couple hundred, there's like a few hundred, a little over 100 rows I think on it. But it uses a shell stitch to create, and you change the color every row and it makes this nice scaled effect. And there's about 4 different colors. Yeah, I secretly have I wish I had a pocket dimension. My room would be way less messy. No, there's a reason I don't show you guys more than the desk area. I literally keep all of my projects stacked around my desk so that when I want to work on them, I can just grab them and go. It's just related to how I function as an adult and work. Oh, someone messaged me. Is that my sister? Nope, it is Mouse. Mouse made a meme. Hold on, guys. Let me share the meme that Mouse has just sent. Mouse has blessed us with a meme. So context-wise, though, on that, Spud just doesn't want me to have a ball pit because it's a space waster and everything like that, and she's right. Spud's 100% right on that. I'm not going to deny that fact. Anyway, Mousy has given us this. No, give me this. Let me make it a little bigger. There we go. So I am notorious for, also you can see all the ends on this, like I'll move them, you can see all the ends. It's a pain in the butt to wind them in. Back into your project bag. So it's one of those things where it's just like, I've got the idea in my head. The other thing I'm gonna do this year, and I bought yarn for this just the other day. I'm going to show you, I'm gonna make a video tutorial. Like, I know I don't normally do tutorials, but I'm gonna do a tutorial and write up the pattern for something that I made last year. I'm gonna make I'm gonna actually write a pattern properly for Smoliv. I made this back when Smoliv was first released. He's my little lad. His name is Eggs. But like he has a little indent in his thing. He's got all his leaves. He's got his stubby little feeties. The mouth, I remember I had such trouble making his mouth look right. I do have the pattern, I think, written for his leaves already because I had to replicate it 4 times, so I wrote it down. But the rest of this is freehanded, so I'm going to have to figure out how I want to put him together. I can also tell you that I apparently started from the top and went down. Yeah, I love Smoliv is my lad. It is my baby boy. I fucking adore Smoliv. Smoliv Garden, please. I am very much Smoliv based. Smoliv. Little kicky feet. I have an even smaller one. I don't know where Benedict is right now. I think he's up here. Ugh. Don't mind me and my crunchy bones. Where is Benedict? Benedict! Where did I put you? There's Benedict! Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to see Benedict? So this is Eggs. Are you guys ready to see what Benedict looks like? Benedict is Egg's son. I made a mini Smoliv. And he's angry. This is Benedict. This is Benedict. I made him after I made Eggs. And you can see just the complete size difference. Do you see why I had to look for Benedict and I couldn't remember exactly where Benedict was? Eggs is easy to find. Eggs is pretty large. Like, Eggs is actually to scale. Like, this is how big a Smoliv should be if Smoliv was real. I made him to scale. So this is a life-size Smoliv. So this is how big a Smoliv would be. He's about a foot tall. A little under. He's a little smaller. Because he's a Smoliv. But like, from his little foot to like near the top of his olive, he is almost a foot tall. And then Benedict is itty bitty. No, Benedict is small. Benedict is very small. But I bought yarn to make another Smoliv, and my intention is to make a shiny Smoliv variant. Yeah, he's about the size of his dad's little kicky leg. So I bought the yarn to make the shiny Smoliv, though I might actually have to buy a different yarn because I was looking at the sprites. And I might just end up making 2 Smolivs. I might make a shiny Smoliv and a standard Smoliv. Because the yarn I bought is closer to standard Smoliv's color. I mislooked at the sprites when I was buying yarn. I thought that shiny Smoliv only changed the olive color when I was looking at it. However, I realized that shiny Smoliv is actually, the body is the same color as standard Smoliv's olive. And maybe. So that is something I bought yarn for, but unfortunately I think I'm gonna have to buy a different color yarn for it. If anything though, I'm gonna make another Smoliv because I have to write the pattern too. So most likely what'll happen is I'll make one Smoliv off camera, write the pattern and figure out all the like intricacies while I'm doing it, because I had to like, I still have them. I actually, I remade the eyes, the eyes and the mouth got remade a few times before I put them on Eggs, because I was struggling with making Eggs' mouth and eyes look correct. So I actually still have these parts laying around somewhere from the ones that I scrapped that I didn't end up using on the final plushie. Um, but he's my little Smoliv boy. I literally made him like the day after Smoliv released. So he's my good boy. He's my boy. So my plan is to make another Smoliv, and I'm just gonna end up with a horde of Smolivs because that's the kind of human being I am. He occasionally, so you saw I had the balls in the Pokemon incubator bag. Typically, I actually keep eggs and Benedict in there. I just took them out so I could put some other stuff in there for the time being. But typically, eggs and Benedict hang out in the incubator bag, and I will walk around with them in my incubator bag. Because his name is Eggs, and you put eggs in an incubator. Yeah. I can't even remember how I got into this conversation of showing everything off. Who knows? Anyway, back to making a roast turkey. By the way, that's what I'm making. This is a roast turkey bag that I'm making because I'm weird. Funny enough, the yarn I'm using for this, I actually bought it for a completely unrelated project. I bought this to remake my Aurelius. Yes, most likely when I make my other Smolivs, they will get eggs-related names. So, like, obviously we have Eggs and Benedict, so it's an Eggs Benedict. I don't know what the other... Because, like I said, I most likely will end up making 2 more Smolivs. I'm not 100% sure what I will name those 2 yet. One might be named Devil, like deviled eggs. And I'm not sure about the other one yet. So, we'll find out when I get there. I gotta make them first before I decide on names. And depending on... Ooh, Omelette could be cute. Because we could call her Letty for short. Letty, I might use that one. But the thought process too is, depending on where I am at my point in my online content creation career, whatever the fuck you call whatever the hell I'm doing, is potentially let people vote on the name of her when I get those Smolivs done. Also me just being like, yeah, it's been over, like, we've already got Pokemon DLC, but I'll make a Pokemon Scar Vibe video. Just goes to show I don't give a shit about trends in the algorithm. I will make things when I make things. No one will stop me from doing what I want. I don't bow down to the algorithmic wills and the wiles. I realized I think my cup can fit in here. This is technically a can cozy, but I realized my glass cup that I'm currently drinking iced tea out of potentially can fit into my Cthulhu cup holder. Yes, it can! Oh, look at that! I managed to get my Cthulhu cup holder on my glass. That's hilarious to me. That's amusing. I mean, I have Sonic Mania still plastic wrapped in its Switch case because I kept meaning to play it and I just haven't yet. But I'm hoping to potentially do more game streams and stuff this coming year. Like I said, I'm not going to make myself stream more than once a month. If I can actually manage to do that, I will. I'm not going to force it though. Cthulhu does thirst for iced tea because I am Cthulhu and I am drinking iced tea. Oh, ad break, go away. You guys are probably gonna get hit by ads soon. I have a little warning that says ads start in 5 minutes, so be prepped. Be prepped. Unless you guys want me to just run the ad now. I can run it now, too. Do you guys want to get jump scared by the ad, or would you like for me to just run the ad? I mean, you've seen what my potential VTuber is gonna look like. Alright, I'll run the ad. I'll run the ad now so you guys are just ready for it. Here it comes. This is 13. Why do these projects always end up bigger than anticipated? Welcome back. Okay. I figured it would be better to like actually just like have me auto run it instead of having it just jump scare people. I'm trying to be better about not letting people get jump scared by ads and just run it myself instead. Because that way at least you can prepare for it. Anyway, back to the Cthulhu comment. I mean, you've seen Shrimp. Let me... I know I have an image of Shrimp somewhere. Me trying to find an image and having to go through my old chat and seeing the time of when I was just being really frustrated over a problem. Uh, come on. But, alright, I found her. Found her. My space Leviathan mermaid Cthulhu girl. Who's totally not here to eat all of your Doritos and peace out. But I have been actually watching videos on how to rig, as well as trying to figure out how to cut her model up. And I think the biggest thing is going to be probably animating her hair, because she doesn't have hair. So that's going to be the interesting bit. So the case in point with the VTuber model that I am currently working on is she could be considered a Cthulhu of sorts, based on some things. But I mean, see, she's got tentacle hair. So, so when I say my VTuber and everything like that, like, she is gonna be kind of Cthulhu-esque. So you have Shrimp, and then there's also her outfit, which is gonna be fun to do, because I have to rig both her coat and her under outfit. So this is just an old screen cap of when I was designing it, but you can see she's got an interesting outfit. So Shrimp will be interesting to get her done when I do, which is one of my goals for next year as well. One of my goals is to get Shrimp into PNG Tuber Plus, and by that I mean the fluffy shrimp, aka the one I normally stream with, like little Shorby shrimp. I'm gonna try to get him rigged in PNG Tuber Plus. I do have that drawn out partially. I need to finish that image and get it rigged in PNG Tuber Plus so he has wiggles, because Shrimp deserves wiggles in 2024. I think that wiggles would be only appropriate. And once that model's done, I'm going to start working on getting my live 2D model actually done up. Which will be a longer process because I'm not very, like, live 2D, like, scares me. And, like, the one time I tried to play with it, it was interesting, to say the least. And I'm gonna try to redo, like, my overlays and everything to make them a little nicer. Like, you'll notice that, no one's gonna fucking notice this, because this is a thing that only bothers me. The bubbles on my overlay are different than the last time I streamed. If you're in my personal server, if you're in Rabbit Hole, which is the server I chat in and everything, I pointed this out last night that I had fixed my bubbles on my stream. So beforehand, I think I can actually show this, you'll notice, so like if I take off my, you'll notice, see how the bubbles are really dark? Where they... I'm pointing to... You just see my hand going across the thing. I'm pointing at my monitor. You don't see me pointing at my monitor. Peep the horrors. You could see it. But right here, and where it overlaps on the chat window, you can see that it is weirdly, like, gray and dark, and it looks weird. So if I swap back to how I changed it, you'll notice everything is really bright now, and it looks nice. It looks more cohesive and pretty. And the reason is because I changed how I have my overlay in stream. Beforehand, my overlay was one solid PNG, and all of it was connected, and it wouldn't cause the bubbles to glow when they overlap something because there's negative space in the windows, aka where the chat is and where my camera feed is. That is a empty space. So the bubbles looked fine on the image part, which is where the border and everything overlapped, but once it got into the negative space part, it wouldn't, because it was a flat image and no longer had the layer modes on it. So in my files, it's like add glow, which causes it to glow. And then I realized, oh, why don't I break my overlay into parts? And now I can actually, if I feel like it, I can actually turn on and off different parts of my overlay. So like, for example, I can get rid of the banner and I can get rid of Shorb. Like, look, they're gone. I can get rid of Shorb's rock and he can just be vibing. Shorb can just sit there. I have 2 layers of bubbles and I can just remove the bubbles if I feel like it. Like, I don't have to keep the bubbles there, and you can get the nice harsh line of where my chat is. I can full on just remove the background and you can have a void and you can see how horrible my chat background is. You can see my chat background is actually a lot larger than it looks like, because it's a texture that I made myself to put behind chat to make it look nicer. So if I take my overlay away, you can see how big my actual chat background is. I can also remove my chat background. So like, I could just be like that, then you can't read anything on chat. So I have changed it so that I can actually kind of just toy with that, and I have also changed it so instead of having to go and save a full... So, I don't know if this is gonna make me sound stupid or not when I put this out loud. You'll notice on my banner it says currently and then it says crocheting, and you'll know I change that depending on what I'm doing on stream that day. When I do that, I actually used to just save a full overlay image, so like it would have the whole background just to change whatever text I was doing that day. So I have a whole folder of just different overlay PNGs that I have saved of what I was currently doing that day. I have changed it so I just have to make text. I tried to do it with OBS using the text that OBS, you can just make a text layer. I tried to do that, but it wouldn't load my custom font that I used for all of my stuff. So the font that you see on my socials and Shrimply Having a Good Time and Currently Crocheting, that's a font called MangaSpeak. And that's what I used for it, but OBS didn't want to load that aspect, so I couldn't get it to properly set itself up. So I just didn't. Yeah. What is... So yeah, that's something that I did, and that is why it is now... What's that? So yeah, that's something that I had been doing. I was just saving. I have a folder just full, like, if you saw the folder, that is a mess of my overlays. It's something. Actually, I can show you what a nightmare my overlay folder is. And that's not even to think about what my shrimp tuber folder looks like. I'm gonna pull the curtain aside partially once I find it. Come on, my PC is having a moment. My PC is not very happy with me right now. I think the funniest bit is where I keep this folder in my, So don't judge me for this. You're gonna laugh though, I think. So turn that off. Potato cam off. So my actual, like, you can see all the different overlays that I have saved. You can see all the overlays that I have done, that I have saved. Like, you can just see everything. Like, you can see, like, the, my references. You can see my really old overlays. So, like, if I do this. So like you can see, this was like one of my oldest overlays. It used to be way different. My overlay used to be very, very different. Like my overlay used to be way different. Like, so you can see I used to have like little stars down on it, and I had the rabbit in like a conch shell, and then at one point I ended up swapping it so my overlay was like this, where you didn't have a chat spot or anything like that. I think this one was supposed to be for when I was streaming and I couldn't look at chat. And then I moved things around, so then I got flipped. So then my stream was like this, and this was like my gaming overlay instead, and you can see like the stars are moved. I don't have the rabbit over there anymore. There was this one at a point, and then you can see I had started this one. This one probably looks more familiar. I used this one for a while, with the sea foam and like the weird clouds. Yeah, I had a stream where I played Nuclear Throne. And you can see this is one where it was like I did that a lot, and then you can see this is also the folder that you can see all of like my emotes. You can also see the original shrimp model that I was trying to rig in VTube Studio in Live 2D. You can see the one that I was rigging. So this is the original shrimp before I started using like the PNG tuber. Fully, this was what shrimp looked like. He's changed a lot. Obviously, I draw him very different now. So, and then you can see this is when I had started using this background instead. Where you have like the longer shrimp on the rock and everything. Like you can see like the iterations of where I was going. So, fun fact about the overlay I currently use. This was not originally intended to be an overlay for streaming like this. It was supposed to be the background for my just chatting streams, if I ever did those. It was supposed to be that, because it's supposed to be like the cave that he's underwater with a crescent moon rock. But I ended up being like, oh, you know, that looks really nice. I did a really good job on this background. It'd be a shame to use it only for a stream thing. I don't really do often, because almost all of my streams I have some sort of visual going on. So I ended up like this. I was still using that one, but you can see there's also variants of colors where I was like trying to mess with this, where it's like this was when I was playing Animal Crossing. This was when I was doing, this was like a birthday stream type one that I had edited the colors of. You'll see that when I was doing games back then, I would remove certain aspects to make it easier to see. And then you can see that I started shifting the overlay for when I started streaming with my iPad. And that's where you this is where you see the overlay that I currently use. This was like one of the first iterations of it. And then you'll see I started editing. I kind of stole like how I had that one laid out for this for a bit. And then you have my Big Run color scheme. And then I just started using this one. Like I just use this one now. And you see like my old backgrounds and stuff like that. Like these are just colors that I would like just have in the background and stuff. Like you can see work in progresses of things. So like my following image, this was the original sketch that was used for that. You can see where I was working on a logo at some point. You can also see a work in progress that I was working on to have as an ending screen at some point. I haven't finished this image yet. But you can see I added a bunch of coral and stuff to it. And this I still want to finish this image at some point. I really think it would be good for like ad breaks or BRBs and stuff like that. I think it'd be really good because I like my BRB screen. Like I like this image. However, it's a little weird to just have the image over the screen, and I want to do something more with it, and I want to have things more consistent. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff, and there's stuff in this folder that's not supposed to be in this folder. You can also see where I was starting to write a font for my own, with my own handwriting. I just realized that there is we're just gonna no, don't shut that down. Just get rid of that. I realized I almost opened my main folder, which I don't want to do because that has not safe for work stuff in it, and I'm not doing that again. So yeah, that's my overlay has gone through a lot, and I want to change it again because I'm a fucking nut job. But yeah, you can see I would just save PNGs over and over and over and over and over again. I was just trying to move the buff Senna picture. That's what happened when I clicked the wrong thing and it wouldn't let fucking load. And I'm just like, nope, we're just gonna nope, go away. I'm not pulling what I did last stream. So, funny enough, okay, so I don't remember if you were here or not, Mouse, for the incident where I accidentally opened a not safe for work commission while I was streaming. And I had to go and edit my VOD so that I could post it on YouTube, because I'm not posting not safe for work stuff on YouTube. So I had to go and edit my VOD. My streams are typically a few gigabytes large, like the file base. But just editing the stream to put sensors over the not safe for work stuff made a 12 gigabyte video file. And I was like, you motherfucker, why? Yeah, so it, like, I had to go, like, do that, and it took forever to get the VOD uploaded on YouTube because it took so long to load it, and it took so long to export. I had to leave my computer running overnight to make sure it would export. So, that was fun. Also, once again, I am, forced to deal with the fact that a project that I'm making is way bigger than I anticipated it being. I thought this turkey bag was going to be maybe like, yay big. I thought it was going to be a small little bag. No. No, it's not. It's not. It is, in fact, not. Oh, by the way, this isn't the only time I'm streaming today. I'm streaming right now. I'm doing crochet until my sister gets home, and we have to go do errands, and I plan to do a drawing stream tonight. So I am going to stream later tonight, too, at some point. So I will stop streaming when my sister gets home. And then when we get back, I will probably stream again. But I'll be doing artwork instead. Because I want to work on Koo's animation and get it done, so I'm going to put it on my PC instead and try to work on it there. So yeah. I hope. Oh, yeah, technical difficulties bun is typically pretty great. Spud also loves technical difficulty bun. It's one of her favorites. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so this is 14, and then I need to do 2 more rows. By the way, this is not my original pattern. I am using a pattern from the website Rebel Skin. It's on Blogspot, and it's called a Thanksgiving turkey purse. So I have that pattern pulled up on my monitor that I'm looking at. I realized I can show you guys. I just realized. Have I showed you guys my stupid microphone cover? Like, because if you love technical difficulty bun and just stupid shit, have I shown you guys my microphone? I'm moving my mic. This is my microphone. That's my mic. It's got Google eyes. I think I'm funny. No one ever. That's literally just for my enjoyment. My mic has googly eyes on it. Because I'm just like that. And yes, it has a crocheted mic cover on it because I don't have a pop filter. I don't have a pop filter, so it's just I put that on there to kind of help with some of the noise pollution. But yeah. Did y'all have a good holiday season? You guys have any? Do you guys have any New Year's resolution or plans? Do you have any that you had set for this year that you didn't get to? I have some. I had wanted to crochet a tardigrade, and I wanted to condense my yarn stash down to only my pink bins. Well, I did neither. I did condense my yarn stash down. I went from having the pink bins and about 6 big bins full to I have my pink bins and I have 2 bins plus a whole bunch of bags and baskets near my bed, but it's better than it was. It used to be I had giant bins and let's see, I said 1, 2, 3. I had 3 bins, but one of them was a double bin, and I managed to get that down to 2. So hopefully by next year I will actually, in fact, get my bins down to where I want them to be. Because currently it's really hard for me to know what yarn I have for projects. Lol. Smart. Simple stuff. Sometimes simple is the most underrated type. And like I said earlier, I almost got one of them, and I'm gonna count it as I did it because I can't control my own health, and if I got sick, that's not on me for not being able to do something. Because one of my goals was to stream once a month at least. And like I said, the only month I didn't stream was May, and that was because, like I said, I got pretty sick that month. I was not vibing. I was in a lot of pain. Yeah, the voice cracks that I keep getting are not helping either. Like, the fact that my voice keeps cracking doesn't help. Also, I'm so happy to say the iced tea didn't stain my mat, which makes me really excited. This is where I spilt iced tea the other day that I was freaking out. Because I had spilled iced tea on my nice mat. And I am thankful to say that I think I acted fast enough and properly enough that there is no staining. You can't tell there was a giant ring of iced tea on this mat. Because it's like, I have another mat. I have 2 other mats, but I don't really like using those ones for when I'm streaming or doing craft work. So this is my other mat. This is my other main mat, and you'll see that this one's a lot darker. And I think it's just a little... I just prefer the lighter mat. I think things look nicer on the lighter mat. I like my dark mat, don't get me wrong. This is better for when I'm using a really light project because it's a lot easier to see a white thing on my darker mat versus like on the lighter mat. Especially when I'm doing beaded videos, which I'm hoping to do more of this coming year. Like, I gotta get back into making crafting videos. One of my goals this year is to replace the potato cam. I would like to replace the potato cam at point. I just don't know what kind of camera to invest in for it. That's my problem. This is my third mat. This was actually the first desk mat that I got. This was my first mat, and so some of my earlier craft videos had this mat. But you'll see, it's just the shiny Eevee. But this one's so busy, it's hard to like focus on what's going on if the mat's got this giant image on the background, which is why I swapped to using the Galaxy background mats. And these are actual just desk mats. So like you can see it's just got the... It's better than just my straight up black desk because my desk is a nightmare because I've had this desk since middle school. So this desk is over like 12... Oh! I hit my mic. My desk is over a decade old. In fact, I think my desk is almost... I want to say my desk is at least a teenager. I think my desk is like 15 or 16 years old at this point, which sounds worse when I say that out loud. I didn't even think about that because I'm pretty sure I've had this desk since middle school. I have at least had it since high school, and it went to college. But I graduated high school in 2012, so I know that this desk is at least a decade. I know my desk is at least a decade old because I graduated in 2012 and I had this long before that. you guys want to see the really cute candy jar Spud made me for Christmas? Look what Spud made me for Christmas. There's fish candies in here. Isn't that cute? Yeah, the year that the world ended. But yeah. My main goals for 2024 are to, once again, stream at least once a month, unless something happens. I'm not going to hold myself accountable if I miss like 1 or 2 months, but I want at least one stream a month. Get my models updated. I would really like to at least get the Shrimp PNG Tuber Plus model. I don't know if I'll get the live 2D model done this year. If I don't, it's whatever. I don't care enough to stress myself out over that. I do want to at least update the Shrimp. Because I actually sketched him last year. I had my new Shrimp model sketched last December, and I never finished him because things happened. So I never finished that updated model. I want to... That's because you're a baby. You're an infant. I want to get my yarn stash down. That's going to continue being a goal. And I would like to get my tardigrade done this year as well. I didn't get him last year, but I really want to get him done. I want to crochet a little tardigrade, and I want to make him little socks. It's a really weird one, but I want to do it. I just haven't had the energy. But I'm hoping this year is going to be the year of the Babbit, and I'm going to go feral. I'm going to go unhinged. 2022 sucked. 2023 started getting better. And I'm going to just keep that energy going into 2024. Gonna keep making things. I'm gonna keep pushing myself to where I can. I'm going to keep trying to strive towards my goals. Like, I want to get my room picked up better. I want to condense some stuff down. Continue saving up. Potentially get a new laptop because this laptop hates me. Try to finish up some of my fics that I've been writing. Just, you know. I got my goals. Work on my self-image confidence thing. Try to stop feeling like absolute garbo in my body. But that's a whole other thing. Lot of like old toxic things from my mom growing up that I've realized I've poisoned my brain really badly. That I've internalized to this point. And it's not healthy for me. Potentially see a doctor this year and maybe get some better idea of my health issues to get them under control and try to manage my pain a little easier instead of, just crying. I mean, I wrote a lot during 2023, don't get me wrong. I was definitely writing and playing with my blorbos. Need I remind you how many words I wrote for NaNoWriMo? Like, I wrote over, I almost wrote 200,000 words in a month. And that's just that storyline I was working on. I've worked on other stuff too. Like, I have my Camp Subcon fic. I was working on Chimera in the basement. I have my Christmas Prince fic. I have a lot of fics I was working on that no one has seen me working on because I don't share whips as much as I used to. But I have been writing a lot more than what I show off. Like, y'all don't even know how much I have been writing. My biggest issue is just that I've had trouble, being able to sit at my computer to write because I have a dumpster fire of a body. But one of my big things, though, is I want to replace the potato cam. I just have to figure out what kind of camera to replace him with. That's my biggest thing, is I don't know cameras very well. Because it's I know, technically speaking, I should get an actual camera, and then I should hook it up with wires and stuff to my PC. That way it's a better thing. But at the same time, it's a webcam is typically a little easier to hook up, and I mean, but it's like at the same time, it's like I don't know what webcams are good, because it's like this webcam, when I was reading the stats on it, I thought it was going to be a good webcam, but obviously it's a potato cam. And I saw a YouTube video. I was recommended a YouTube video like a couple weeks back. I was on my iPad, I was browsing the app, and I was like, it was like, use this shitty webcam to cheat Pokemon shinies, and it showed my exact webcam that I use, and I was just like, oh, potato cam. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like, I really want to get a better quality camera for when I'm streaming, so it's a little easier. It's like, because it's like, when I record my videos, I'm happy with my videos that I record. And I use my camera on my phone to record the videos that I do for crafting videos. So like when I do crochet or when I'm doing beaded things, I do use a camera on my phone, and it looks nice. But I cannot seem to get that to work. Like, with my iPad, I can plug it in, and it will let me use my iPad screen as, like, I can just plug it in, and I'm good on my capture card. But my phone, despite using the same input as my iPad, does not allow me to do the same thing. And there is another thing I have seen. It's called, like, OBS Ninja, but I don't know how much I trust it, and there's a bit of a lag delay in it, which is what I'm not too crazy about, which is why I like a wired connection. But I don't know. I'm not smart. I'm just trying to survive, not thrive. And I'm rambling, rambling. But it's also, I'm tired, so I am gonna ramble. I do need to edit a bunch of videos too. I still have like 4 or 5 videos left over from Mermaid from this year that I never finished. They're like roughly edited. I just need to like add their music, do their credits. I also want to redo my credits that I use for my YouTube videos. I want to try to redo that. I also want to try to record my own music for the ending, because right now I use a royalty-free, copyright-free. I use a public domain version of For Elise, which is what my normal videos end on. But I want to actually record myself playing something. Specifically, I want to use my kalimba for something, because I think that'd be cute. But I gotta figure out how the fuck to do that. Stream said no. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I need one more road. One more road, and then I have to start doing other stuff instead of just going around. I am just a mess. I want to find ways to show I'm more thankful to my friends this year. I want to be more involved with friends and stuff this year. And I'm going... This is not a goal. This is just me saying it to the universe. I want my 6-foot partner to find me this year. I want the one who is supposed... Like Babbitt wants to be relationships. But I doubt that'll happen. But I'm going to try to manifest it. Hey, how long has my music been frozen? When did music stop? I also haven't forgotten that I put a poll out to what kind of food to make on stream next. So popcorn was the winner of that, and I do plan to do that. That is the next food project that I plan to make, and I have all the yarn for it already. I also want to make I'm gonna make a scarf on stream, I think, at some point. I'm just deciding what color to make it. I have also considered potentially starting a hardcore Minecraft stream series. Haven't committed to the idea yet, but I have been considering it. Because I suck at hardcore Minecraft, but I think it would be very interesting to try to beat the game while also creating side goals, like making a more elaborate village, making a floating island, getting a pig, making a pig army kind of thing. I think it could be fun to try to do. And do it all in hardcore will make it even more challenging and make me have to play cautiously. Because normally I'm a creative. I normally play in creative or I play in survival, and I always leave keep inventory on and everything like that because I just don't want to lose my stuff. But I think it could be fun to try to do that in a hardcore world where it's like if you die, you die. That's it. That's it. This is a lot bigger than I anticipated. Okay. I was not expecting this to be a full-size bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. I do have 16 rows, so what is the next step? Half decrease in the first step. Okay. So we're going to do my favorite form of a decrease. So there's 1, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've also been considering redoing my sunfish tutorial video. 1, 2, 3, 4. Most of the stream is just me talking about what I plan to do, because if I say it out loud, I'll remember it a little easier. Have fun! Hi, Bringer! How's your mom? You get there all good and safely? I find it funny you think SUV is some big scary car, whereas I used to drive a 4Runner on the regular, so I'm just SUV fun. Big cuddle, brum. You want to talk about a big scary car? My dad's truck is massive. My dad has this I don't know what model it is. I can't think off the top of my head. But it's so big. It's on a lift kit. Like, you literally have to jump to get into it. It's like when you think like those big jack trucks that guys drive and stuff, like my dad's truck is like that. I had to drive it the other day. And you want to talk about a big truck. And I think the funniest bit is my 4Runner was on a lift kit. Not because I put it on it. My 4Runner came from my mom. My mom had a lift kit on it, and then I got it, so it's like I was used to driving that. I also have driven an Isuzu before. 3, 4, 5. Honestly, I feel safer in a 4Runner than I do like in my little. I have a little Kia. My little boop boop. It's like I don't ever feel as safe as I did in the 4Runner because I live in a place with so many deer. My 4Runner hit a deer at 50 miles and it just lost a headlight. I dare not think of what my current car would do if I hit a deer. Just because you can doesn't mean you want to, or are comfortable with it. Right. First row of decreases done. What's the next step? 17, 18. Okay. I just have to do normal stitches around again. I almost considered making little bees on stream today, but I ended up not doing that. I was like, I should finish the turkey because it's already started and it's on my desk, so finish that before you start something new. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. First stream of the year, I just make a bunch of tiny crochet bees. And the reason I say that is because I found a bag while I was cleaning, and it just has a bunch of mini skeins in it. So I was like, I should make a bunch of little baby bees. These ones I've made a bee out of them, that's why you can see they're already used a bit, but I could probably make a second bee out of them. But like, look at all these little skeins, these bright colors. Like, I could make a bunch of really cute bees. So maybe tomorrow, first stream of the year, I'll just make a bunch of bees. Bees! But I found that, and I was just like, Pretty sure I bought them with the intention of making bees, is the funny thing, too. New beer. Might fix the crochet Babbitt PNG tuber too at some point really soon. I really want to finish all my commissions. Right now I have Koo's commission to finish, other guy commissioned me, and Ashley commissioned me. I gotta get those commissions done. I also have to finish something for Puro. So I have 4 things I need to get done before I can work on any of my bullshit with the Babbitt and the shrimp. Oh, Bringer, you weren't here earlier. Do you want to see one of my small live crochet projects? Are you prepared to see this small live? Him. This is Benedict. And this is his father, Eggs. Look at the children. He was sitting on my. I had Benedict sitting on my on my laptop. So this morning the Lodge. Yeah, I was like showing off a bunch of crochet projects earlier and stuff like that, and talking about like bead lizards and projects that I have work in progresses and planning. Because I'm gonna try to do more streams where I do crocheting and stuff, because I like doing crochet projects on stream, because it's like I get to talk to people while I'm crocheting and get distracted while I'm crocheting. It just makes me feel a little more productive while I'm crocheting instead of just sitting in my room alone crocheting. I enjoy doing it while I can still kind of communicate, kind of thing, if that makes any sense. So I'm so glad that I'm just really happy that people do enjoy it. Like, I wanted to do this for so long. Like, I've always been a maker. Like, I make things. That's always been a thing. And it's like, but it's like I've always been in my head where it's like no one's gonna want to watch that. They just want to see like just standard illustration stuff. You can only stream illustration stuff. But in the past like year or so, I've been like, no, I can make crafts on stream and it's just as good. It's the same kind of content. And so I'm just like, nope. I'm gonna stream stuff that I'm making stuff. I can do that. I'm a maker. I make things. I make art. I make art in other forms because it's just, I don't have to finish things that I'm doing. I can just work on them and then we can work on them more. And if I don't finish on stream, I don't finish on stream, but I can at least show. Like, I did most of my Halloween costume on stream, but I didn't do all of it on stream. I did a lot of it offline. I just like making things and hanging out with people while I'm making things, and I'm so happy that people enjoy watching me make things, because that's my biggest goal in life, is I just want to make things! All I want is to make. Of course, I say that, and it's like I know for a fact I'm doing artwork later tonight, too, and it's just like, I like being a multimedia. I like being a mixed grab bag streamer. I don't know what the fuck you would classify me as. What the fuck kind of streamer am I? I'm like, I just make things. I make drawings. I make this. I make things. Variety, that's the word. I wanted to say mixed media, and I'm like, no, that's not the term for it. There's a term for this type of streaming where you do multiple type of things. Just couldn't think of what it was. Variety streamer. I'm a variety tuber. I make things. I make things, I talk to chat, I scream. And sometimes I accidentally almost show not safe for work commissions I've done on stream. I almost did that again today, Bringer. You missed that. I almost opened up not safe for work commissions in stream again. So, I have a desktop, but my laptop is actually better specs than my desktop. So I use my laptop for everything instead. I really should do something with my desktop, but I haven't. What I need to do is I need to open up, because it's a pre-build. So my desktop is a pre-built one. And what I should do is I should potentially just open it up, and I should just change some of the components in it to make it run a little better. I just haven't, because I'm too lazy to actually open it and deal with it. And I haven't done a PC build in so long, I don't know if I can remember exactly how to. Oh, it's been over a decade since I did a PC build, so I know they've changed a lot in that time, too. Yee! See, I want to replace the potato cam so I can use the potato cam as a Joey cam. Because I know people love JoJo. He is currently sleeping downstairs because he's happy. So, we put our Christmas tree up late because we weren't doing our Christmas stuff till yesterday. And we had a bunch of stuff on our couch where his blanket is, But to put up the Christmas tree, I actually cleaned off the couch and everything, and he was so happy. He was like, oh, Mama, you cleaned the whole couch for me? Parent, you clean couch for Bubby? And I was like, I didn't, but you can enjoy it. So he's been very happy. I also moved his cat tree, and he doesn't seem to mind that. And it actually makes our living room a lot brighter by moving his cat tree. So I might leave his cat tree where I moved it, because it opens up the space a lot better. It makes it it also helps that I took Snuppet upstairs. Snuppet has been living in the corner of our living room for years now. He is currently at the foot of my bed, taking up a shit ton of space with my Snillo. I have 2 giant snatchers in my room right now, and they're taking up half of my room, I swear to God. I think once my brother goes back to his place, I'm probably gonna throw them in his room just so I can try to figure out a better way to store them. Dude, thing's fucking huge! Like, if I grab this bastard... Like, you've seen the Snuppet! This guy is massive. There is a pin in his face. Take that out. But this is just the head. He's big. He takes up a lot of space. And then on top of that, I have a whole other snatcher who's just as big as this guy. Like, this is just part of him. Like, I don't know if I can even... Like... This puppet is huge. Look at him. That's just part of his head. Look how big his mouth is alone. Like, this fucker is fucking massive. And he's currently been sitting on the end of my bed. And then I also have my Snillo, which is also fucking massive. They're both giant snatchers. Motherfucker! I feel that, man. I'm working on, my mic is going everywhere! I'm currently working on Vanny. I have all the foam and everything for Vanny, currently. And I have all the fabric, I have all the foam, I have all my hot glue that I need, I have my paints and everything. Like, I have everything to make her. And I fear the head. And the bodysuit is also kind of intimidating because Vanny's a lot thinner than like most of the animatromos. Guess what? Bringer. Speaking of Roxy, Spud bought me the Sanchi Roxy and I bought the U-Tunes Roxy. I have the girls. Bringer, look, it's the girls. I got the girls. Look, it's the babies! Look at her! I got Roxy! Spud has Monty. She has both the U2's Monty and she has the Sanchi Monty. Because I bought her the U2's Monty as her birthday gift, and then I bought her the Sanchi Monty as her Christmas gift. And she got me the Roxy pin as well, and she got me the little ticket mystery box ones. I got that from a mystery box at Hot Topic, but she got me the Roxy pin as well, so I have this bag that I'm This is gonna be my FNAF one. I just need more. I don't have enough FNAF pins to put in it. But yeah. So I hit my mouse again. But I know you also enjoy Roxy, so I thought I should share her with you. One, two, three, four. Alright, need to fix my potato cam. My camera just keeps going up and down, me just like, I don't know. I might look at cameras when I'm at the store and see if there's anything worthwhile. There's like a Razer cam I've been looking at potentially as a replacement webcam for the potato cam. I'm just not 100% sure if it's good or not. Because it's like, when I bought the potato cam years ago, I did read reviews on it and it said it was supposed to be good, and then it's always been blurry. And there's no like way to adjust it without breaking the camera, so I'm just like, 720p my ass. So, I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know. Well, hopefully that's not gonna screw me up. It says to go around. I think I'm almost done the base of the bag, though I only have a few more rows left. This is row 20, and there's 29 rows total, so getting there. Getting there, getting there, getting there. Who is messaging me? Is there anything worthwhile? Come on, Steam. Bought a couple games on Steam yesterday. Got Dishonored 2 for like less than $3, which I think was pretty sweet. What I really wish is that Dead Space would have a bigger, like, Dead Space has a 60% sale right now, and it's still 24 instead of 60, and I'm like, do I want to go for it or not? because it's like I really want to buy the remake to play it, because I have the original and I've played through the original several times. I enjoy Dead Space a lot, which is funny for someone who has anxiety like I do, but I do really love Dead Space. And I'm like, do I want to spend... should I just get the 24 sale? Because I'm gonna play it. I want to play it. I love... I've considered it. That's why I'm like debating if I want to buy the remake, because it's like if I stream it, I should stream the remake, but the problem is my potato of a PC, and I'm like, are you gonna handle? I think I've streamed it in the past, actually, but I think that was back when I only streamed on YouTube. I'd have to check, but I think I've streamed it long ago. And I remember I have to play with a controller. And it's not because of movement or anything like that. It's because I keep getting a menu glitch when I play it on PC. So if I load a menu on Dead Space, it scrolls continuously through the menu. Pause menu, scroll. Saving, scroll. And I have to like kind of Russian roulette pull the trigger on what I'm clicking. So I have to play with the controller because the controller prevents it from doing that, and I think it's so funny. Yeah, right? It's really weird. I don't really understand why it does that, but it does. It really is. There is an ad going to start. I can see it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just... boop. Happy New Year to your mom as well! And Happy New Year to you! Happy New Year! May the year be good. I've been watching a lot of Swedish stuff from the Muppets. Half double crochet, same stitch around, I did that. Half double crochet in the first stitch, half double crochet in the next 3. Alright. I think this is my last decreasing round. One, 2, 3. Then decrease. I've had an idea for how to make my niece's fridge stand a little better, which is what this goes with. Yeah. May you get out of the shitty school you're in. 2 and 3. One, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. That's all you can really hope for, ain't it? You know what's funny is this pattern, actually, I'm using the brand of yarn this pattern did call for, but I'm using a slightly different color than what it called for, because they wanted to go for sun golds, which I do have, somewhere. Also, do you want to see the weirdest lemon pattern that I have done? I ended up not finishing this project because I don't like the shape of it, but this is supposed to be a lemon. Like, I followed the pattern word for word. I followed this pattern, and this does not look like a lemon to me. Like, this is not a lemon shape to me. Like, yeah, I guess I could kind of see it, but it's like, if I'm thinking a lemon, I want to have a little bob here, and then instantly round, and then a bobble on the end. That's a lemon shape to me. But like, this is such an oblong shape, it looks more like a fat turnip or something. Like, you could put a, if this was orange, put a leaf on top and you got a fat carrot. But this does not read as a lemon to me, because I've made crocheted lemons before. I've made crocheted lemons before. And this just does not look like a lemon to me. Like, does not look like, it just doesn't read as a lemon to me. I'm gonna frog it at some point and completely redo it. Where is it? Dijon. That's not that. Come on, I know I put it over here. Because I stick everything over here. Nope. Nope. Ha. Nah, 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 nah. That's not what I wanted. I just made a disaster. Woo! I'm gonna have to deal with this later. Me making problems for future bun. Anyway. So, this is the color I went with for this pattern, and this is the brand of yarn they want. I'm using the color Burnt Pumpkin to make my turkey, but this is the color they wanted. It's called Sun Gold, and I don't know. I feel like this looks more like a roast turkey than this does. And like, the camera does make this a little more yellow. It is a little more like brownish warm. I use this color in sunflowers a lot. I have sunflowers I've made with this, but like, I feel like this reads more as a roast turkey than this one does. Right? Like, I'm not crazy for thinking this, like, I would eat a turkey this color than this color. But this is the color and the yarn that they wanted in the pattern. But I think the Burnt Pumpkin looks a lot nicer. But it's just like, that's my personal preference. I think this looks anemic for a roast turkey. Maybe I just eat my turkeys darker or something. I don't know. I actually have a full skein of that color because I use it for, like I said, I use that for sunflowers. So I have a full thing of it somewhere, but it's just like, I don't know. I feel like a turkey should be a nice golden brown. Now I kind of want turkey. I have chicken, I think, in the fridge though. This also has used way more yarn than I anticipated it to. Like, you could, like, look how much I can fit my hand into the center of this. This is actually, I bought this yarn to use as Aurelius's hair color for a project. I think this is a really good Rue color. But hey, it uses it up out of my stash, which is a big thing I'm trying to do. I'm gonna be trying to do because I want to redo my I want to redo my dolls. And I used this yarn for him last time, which is fine, and it works for him. But it's a yarn that I don't have a lot of, and it was in fact a yarn that I had a scrap. I can't really buy this yarn anymore. But I don't like how his hair turned out because it doesn't look right to me. So I found this color at Hobby Lobby, and I think it will work a lot better for him. It's like slightly darker, which fits him better. And I can easily buy this one. So I want to remake him to be a little better. And fix his hair and everything. And then we have Eclipse. They're my babies. Everything is falling. Stop it. Stop it. I like caused catastrophic failure. I moved one thing and like everything else around it fell. Like I was trying to grab the yarn and I knocked over my like this is my mount for when I'm filming videos, and everything else fell with it. Like my external drives, one of my crochet kits, which I do want to do that on stream at some point. I have this kit. And I bought glow-in-the-dark yarn to make Oogie Boogie. So I might potentially at some point on stream make Oogie on stream, if people want to watch that. This comes with a yarn to make Jack and Sally too. But I bought this mostly because I wanted to make Oogie Boogie. But I do have that kit for a later date to play with. Originally, I was gonna try to do that before Halloween, but life happened, so I didn't do it before Halloween. Sorry, I'm trying to fix everything that fell when I moved everything. Because it quite literally everything fell over here. I had everything like just right stacked up, and now it's all over, and it's a bit of a disaster. Just a wee bit of a disaster zone now. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. I used embroidery floss to make a granny square. I don't know if that's my sister coming home. Stream might be ending soon, depending on who just opened the door. Alright, fixed it enough. You fixed it enough that it's less of a disaster zone. Back to this. Because I'm only streaming crochet stuff until my sister gets back, and then once my sister gets back, I have to go do errands, and then when I'm doing errands... It was in fact the sister, so I will be... Oh, I didn't hear you. Oh, okay, I just see it. Sorry, I dropped everything, so I was picking that up. So, on that note, I'm going to end stream here, and I will be back later. Have a good night, y'all.